Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn Arabic. The main purpose of this channel is to help you learn Arabic the proper way. So, where should I start, you wonder? Well, we should start from the beginning by following the letter C series. And after just 8 lessons you will be able to read and write any Arabic word. And then we'll go deeper, a little bit deeper into the grammar, vocabulary and expression that will enable you to use Arabic language more freely. And also you will note that in every lesson that I will give you, I will list a number of objectives that you should check before the lesson to know what you will learn in this lesson. And you should also check them one more time after the lesson to make sure that you already achieved what you hope for before starting the lesson. I'd also try to make this lesson more interactive as possible, since I believe teaching language is in general should be not a one-way process, but rather interactive one. So I will leave some practice question by the end of every lesson, and you're advised to leave your answer right there in the comment, and I'll try to check them and give you a feedback of every answer of them. Also, please don't be hesitate to leave your question in comments, and I will answer them as possible. And remember, learning a language only requires some time and effort, and it is not impossible. To be honest with you, actually it is more fun. Just it takes some determination to get to where you want. Good luck all, and let's begin our first lesson. Well, in this lesson we're going to talk about the first 4 letters. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha. Well, before we get started, we need to understand that every single letter in the Arabic alphabet has 4 different positions. And with position I mean where it comes in the word, because all letters will be connected together in a single word. The letter will have different shape if it's used separately or in the beginning, the middle, or at the end of the word. So for each letter you're going to learn 4 different positions, how to write them, how to recognize them in the word. So make sure you keep track of these 4 positions. To make it easier, I decided to give each position a separate symbol. S for separate, B for beginning, M for middle, and E for end. So that makes it easier for us to understand for the remaining of the lesson. Here's I'm going to give you an example with the letter Ba. So when I use Ba separately, it will going to be like this. Ba, Ba. It gives a sound of Ba, 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 Ba. That is the name of the letter B, 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 the sound it gives us. The beginning is going to look a little bit different, like this. Ba, Ba. In the middle, it's going to be like that. I want you to notice that this part of the letter to connect with other letters before, and this part to connect with the below letter. And in the end it will look like that. Ba, 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 Ba. Separate in the beginning, in the middle, in the end. So you can use ba in 4 different positions and 4 different types of ba when it comes to different position in the word. So let's get started with the first group of letters, which are alif, ba, ta, tha. For today's lesson, I have divided the letter that we're going to talk about into 2 groups. The first group will be made up for letters alif, ba, ta, and tha. And we're going to start with the first letter of this group, alif. Now, alif is pronounced exactly the same way you pronounce A in English. So, a sound. Add in the word cat. So, alif is a. So, these are the 4 different positions of alif. A, separate. A, the beginning. In the middle. In the end. As you can see, of course, some of them look exactly the same, but that is the case with some letter. Some letter have a similar position when it comes to the beginning or end, so it differs for some letter. That's why we're talking about each letter separately. So let's move to the second letter, and that is ba. We talked about a little short a while ago, so it's not going to be different. That's going basically be the same. Ba is pronounced like the B sound in the English alphabet. Ba, ba. Like when we use it in the English word bat. Bat. So bat, same pronunciation as ba. Ba. Separate. Ba with this way in the beginning. In middle, and finally the end. I would like to tell you that these little bits sign to make it connected with other letters, behind and after. And here is behind, with this type it's just come in the last, so we need to connect it with just 1 letter before, and here in the middle we need to connect it with 2 letters before and after, and here in the beginning we need to connect it with the next letters. So that's the concept of that way. Now moving to the third letter, that is ta, but the exception of the 2 dots on top of the letter ta. Ta is compared to letter T in English, like the word tea. Ta, ta, that the name of the letter ta, ta, the sound it gives us. And these are the 4 differences of ta. Separate, in the beginning, in the middle, and finally in the end. another letter that looks very similar to the previous two. That is letter number 4, tha. It looks the same with the previous two, but the exception is 3 dots on top of the letter. Tha, tha, tha. That is the name of the letter. Tha, tha. The sound it gives us. Tha is compared in English th in the English alphabet. Tha, tha, like the sound you use when you say the word 3. Tha, 3, tha, 3. So it is a voiceless sound, so you don't use the vocal cord while you are using the letter tha. And there are 3 different positions of tha. 3 dots, separate. Tha in the beginning, in the middle, and finally tha in the end. Tha. So what's the story of all these 3 letters? Well, actually we can say that these 3 letters belong to the same family with the same shape, but only one exception is how many dots and where it's put in the word, above or under. So let's review our first 4 letters in Arabic alphabet. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha. So now let's try to connect them together to make a word. So our first word we have today is ab. Ab. We write it like this. Ab, which means father. So ab means father. Ab, alif, it gives us sound of a. Ba, it gives us sound of b. Ab, ab, father. And the second word that we're going to learn today is bab. Bab. Well, bab means door. Ab, bab. Well, if you are wondering that we have a little bit different between and the first word and second word, and this first has a little bit simple on above, well, actually there's not a problem at all. I'm going to talk about this later, so don't worry right now. And let's continue. Ba, tha. Bath, bath, which means broadcast. Bas means broadcast, and we write it like this. It is not a bath, it is bath. Bath. Bath means broadcast. Now I would like to give you a question. Something to do. Now, can you try just write this word in Arabic? Tab. I'll give you 5 seconds to write it. Well, did you get it right? Tab. Start with ta. Alif. Tab. Then ba. Tab. Which means repent. So tab means repent. And now let's review what we have learned today with you. Today we have learned the first 4 letters in Arabic alphabet, which are Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha. Alifs, it gives a sound of A, like A in an English word, cat. Ba, it gives a sound of B, B, like bath. And Ta, it gives a sound of T, T, like the word tea. And Tha, it gives us a sound of TH, Tha, like 3. And every single letter in Arabic alphabet has 4 different positions, separate in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. And well, these were your first 4 letters in Arabic. So I want you to keep practicing, keep writing and reading these first 4 letters. And now it's time to me to say goodbye. مع السلامة.